Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Blogcast. Today we're covering the recent fiasco that is happening to USDC. So, what happened? For those who don't know, USDC is a stable coin pegged one to one to the dollar that is issued and run by Circle. Now, in order for USDC to work, you have to be very confident that Circle is able to redeem your USDC for regular US dollars. It's an amazing instrument because it's great and you can use it to onboard into crypto and exchange for Bitcoin and other things. However, what happened this weekend to cause it to depeg? It went down to 90 cents to the dollar a couple of hours ago. Circle issues out USDC, and on the other side, it also holds collateral in different organizations. And one of these organizations, SVB, collapsed recently. The thing that caused it to collapse was twofold. First, there was a real estate giant who defaulted on a loan that it owns to SVB. And then the other thing that happened was a hack directly after that to the tune of $1.5 billion. This caused a bank run on SVB, and this caused SVB to be closed down and actually taken over by the authorities. We're trying to figure out exactly how much SVB still has in its reserves, exactly who it owes money to, and exactly how to disburse those back. And so Circle is one of the people that SVB owes money. And the amount of money that SVB owes Circle is exactly $3.3 billion. Now, you do a little bit of math, and this works out to about 8% of the collateral of the entire USDC market, assuming that the figures that Circle have given us are correct. This means that at least 8% of any USDC you hold is at risk. That means that you may not be able to redeem all of it if you wanted to. Let's also remember that SVB may be able to return at least part of this $8 billion back to Circle. So the maximum risk you're looking at is 8% of the entire USDC market cap. But bear in mind that USDC is also connected to so many other things, so this could cause a really big chain reaction. For example, MakerDAO uses USDC as part of its collateral for DAI and other tokens as well. So all of these things are currently at risk, and you can see them all trying to mitigate it. MakerDAO has released an emergency proposal to manage the amount of USDC it currently has. All sorts of different projects aren't accepting USDC anymore. Justin Sun, founder of Tron, has withdrawn $82 million from Aave, so that affects the lending protocol as well. So there's all of these things that are going on in the market, and you've always got to be really careful. When you have things deposited in Aave and other projects, you have to realize that all of these things are connected. The financial market is connected, and so there definitely might be some effects to it all. So what's going to happen? Well, if you look at Circle's website, they've given us a word salad telling us that everything is safe, telling us that 8% might be at risk, and they say that they're confident that they'll be able to recover it. But then, that's what they say. That is exactly what happened when, other previous banks have collapsed. They always tell you everything's going to be fine, chill, wait until the weekend is over, and everything's going to be fine. Personally, I think there's two options. One option is to basically de-risk anything that you're holding that is connected to USDC. So if you're in a smart contract that accepts USDC, if you're holding in USDC, it might be safer to take the hit and sell it at maybe 2% loss, or whatever the loss will be at the point of time that you're selling it, and then just hold back and wait and see. Now, the other option, which is a little bit more risky, is to actually acquire more USDC in the hopes that the market is probably overreacting and you might be getting USDC at a discount, and wait for it to come back and repeg on Monday or Tuesday, and then resell, and then just keep going on with your business. This is not financial advice, but I'm personally de-risking all of my USDC holdings, and I'm converting them to something else, maybe Ethereum or Bitcoin or something else. I'm going to wait and see and then come back to USDC. But it's more likely that the market is overreacting. The people who have funds in SVB are actually creating a lot of noise because they want the regulators to come in and they want the governments to bail SVB out so they can get their money back. So in all likelihood, this probably is not as big a deal as anybody is making it out to be. A lot of USDC is being sold, but it's still fairly close to the peg, so that's good. DAI seems to be holding on as well. So in all likelihood, this will probably end up fine, but there's probably ways to profit during this volatility. But really, the safest thing to do is to just de-risk, get off USDC for a while, and then come back when everything settles. And it's also a lesson to learn that, we always need to be diversified. If you want to hold stables, make sure it's completely diversified, a little bit of USDC, a little bit of DAI, a little bit of something else. And also remember that they're not exactly totally independent. So DAI is a little bit linked to USDC, and I personally think that was a mistake that they made, but hopefully they've learned the lesson and they'll correct it. So long story short, let's wait and see. Let's try and de-risk, and let's see what happens on Monday.